What just happened in college football? People are planting flags and teams are pissed off, ready to fight. Come on, guys. What are y'all doing? We're going to talk about all of that next on It's Culture. Let's get it. Welcome back to It's Culture Podcast. My name is Mark. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about something that I normally don't cover a lot of, even though in my intro I say I'm going to do it. That is the world of sports. In particular, this is dealing with college football, which I absolutely love. I love college football. I think it's the greatest sport on the planet. Big time fan. Obviously, I got on the G, so you know I love Georgia. But I live in Buckeye Land. I live here in the Columbus, Ohio metro area. And there's a lot of people that are pissed off about what just happened over rivalry weekend. So we're going to get into that. But first, if you could do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get the updates. Help me continue to grow this channel. We're on our way to 7,000 subs, so continue to hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you anything. It's completely free, and it helps me to continue to bring good content. I appreciate it. So let's get into it. This weekend rather, is one of those weekends where it's just hatred for another team. This is the greatest weekend in college football. Rivalry week. And it don't get any better. You get to play your rival. Most of the time, it's in-state. You have teams that don't like each other. Some of them don't do it no more during this week. But a lot of teams still do. And that tradition is ever so true, especially in the area where I live at, Columbus, Ohio, where the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines get it on every single year right after Thanksgiving in something that we call the game. It's been known for that for years. There is complete hatred for the Michigan Wolverines from any person who dons the Scarlet and Gray. They do not like that team that they say they TTUN, which is that team up north. That was a name given to them by one of their legendary coaches. He never wanted to call Michigan by name, so he just called them that team up north. And it stuck. And then it's the same thing with the Michigan fans. They can't stand the Buckeye fans. They say that they're whiny, they're crying. And this goes on and on and on. Even when rivalry week starts up, you'll see people who represent Ohio State going around the city of Columbus, Xing out putting the X over any letter that they see, any sign, anything with the letter M in it, that M is getting X'd out. So naturally, when you have a football game like that, there's going to be intensive rivalry. There's going to be intensive heat. It's tensions. But for this particular game, it does not matter what the team record is. You just can't lose this game. Doesn't matter if you are 0-11. You cannot lose this game. And Michigan and Ohio State are two of the perennial powerhouse teams in the country, so they always are winning. Most notably, Michigan just won a national championship, even though a lot of people want to talk about that win in regards to the viability of it due to all the scandals that were going on with Michigan and their cheating. That has been Ohio State University fan base's thing for 3 years. Michigan only beat us because of Colin Stallions. Now, we've heard that over and over again, because before that, Ohio State was on a win streak. Urban Meyer, when he was here, when he was the coach, never lost to Michigan. There were times where Jim Harbaugh, the former coach, they were thinking about trying to get rid of him. Some of the alumni were complaining because they kept losing this game. And then we have a game, North Carolina, NC State, Battle of the Tar Heel area. It goes down. Florida State. We know the rivalry there. It's good football. Georgia Tech. Good, clean, old-fashioned hate. But this weekend in particular, within the game, you leave it on the field. But for some reason, this weekend, anytime a team won, they tried to plant their flag, all hell broke loose. So let's take a listen to what happened in the Horseshoe up here in Columbus, Ohio, when Michigan had just won the game.
It's a surreal sight that will forever be remembered as a part of the greatest rivalry in all of sports, and it had nothing to do with what happened during the game. But immediately following, the Buckeyes singing Carmen, Ohio, Michigan, again trying to plant their flag at midfield, but this time the team fighting back. A chorus of boos during Carmen, Ohio, alerting the Buckeyes of what was happening on the logo behind them. Immediately, players run into midfield and that Michigan flag, leading to a massive fight. Eventually, Jack Sawyer got a hold of that flag, ripping it down and throwing it. After several minutes of fighting, players and coaches both pepper sprayed by officers. A shocking ending to a stunning upset at the Shoe.
These guys, are looking to, put a flag on our field, and our guys weren't going to let that happen. So, I'll find out exactly what happened. But, this is our field, and certainly, we're embarrassed with the fact that we lost the game. But, there's some prideful guys in this team that weren't just going to let that happen.
But Ohio State's still a playoff team. They will just have to wait a week to see where they will play next and if it'll be another game in the Shoe. Inside the Shoe, Adam.
Okay, so y'all saw what happened with that. They lost the game. Now, let's get to the game. Okay, first of all, Ohio State was favored in this game. They were supposed to completely destroy Michigan. Michigan had no business winning this football game. If you looking at the stats and how the bettors in Vegas went, this game was Ohio State was a 3-touchdown favorite and lost at home to a team who doesn't have a quarterback, who was down their best offensive weapon, a couple of their best defensive weapons, could not move the football. I've never seen a game where the team just could not move the football. Michigan's quarterback had less than 50 yards passing in this game. They didn't do anything. And somehow or another, they beat the team who was supposed to beat them by 3 touchdowns. Now, let's get to this fight. And I'm going to say this. This is the softest thing I've ever seen in college football. This is weak. You had 60 minutes to do what you needed to do, protect your home field, and then this does not happen. Ohio State had one job, beat Michigan. That was the only job they had to do. And they did not do it. And after they did not do it, Michigan was going to talk their trash because y'all talk trash about them all year long. This is the only game that matters. No other game matters. And for the last 3 years, well, now 4 years in a row, Michigan has owned this series. You had the better roster. You had the most talent. Y'all spent $20 million on this roster. And after the game, they want to plant the flag, and now you want to fight. Where was the fight for 60 minutes? You got a player, Jack Sawyer, who's from Pickerington, Ohio, right here. Sonny Styles getting pepper sprayed from Pickerington. All these hometown boys who have never beaten Michigan, and they're getting pepper sprayed. They're jacking up coaches, it look like, and then your coaches is sitting out there just like, ain't nobody gonna plant no flag on our flag. Weakness. Now you see why Lou Holtz said what he said. This is weakness. This is pure weakness. The coach, you're not even on the field trying to break it up. You asking your assistant coaches, what's going on? What's going on is that your team, who was supposed to beat these boys by, you're supposed to be 25, 30 points, lost to an inferior opponent at home in the biggest game and the only game that matters for your season. That's what happened. And then we got UNC and NC State. Now, I don't even know what's going on. You look at the records. Neither one of these teams is any good. 6-6. They just, NC State just got bowl eligible. Congratulations. You may go to the Pizzeria Bowl or something. All right, so this is NC State, and you see the coaches there. They are sitting up there hugging each other out. The one that's in the blue jacket, that's Matt Brown. He just got fired. This was his last game coaching. And yeah, NC State, look at that. They still dapping each other up. They happy. And then all of a sudden, all hell is about to break loose. Because what is NC State trying to do? Plant a flag on North Carolina's field. That's what's about to happen. And you see it's still going on. They're still dapping each other up. But wait till you see this. This is just absolutely ridiculous to me. Here we go. You look at him. He done took the flag. Now he throws it to the sideline. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And then here goes the fight. You just lost the game. You're that mad? Now you're running away. You're that mad? What are you doing? Shouldn't even have came to this at all. Just a complete melee on the field. Just completely unprofessional. This is this Bush League. You're mad because you lost. You should have took out all this frustration and aggression when you was playing the game, but you lost. Your coach got fired because you're not a good football team. This is bottom line. Now let's go down to Florida. Florida State, same thing. Florida has come back, gotten bowl eligible, boom, plant the flag. Now here comes Florida State. Why are you fighting? Why are you out here causing a skirmish? Your team is 2-10. Where was this fight all year long? Your team is 2-10. Seriously? After whining all season about being left out of the college football playoff last year, how you should have been in there, you got robbed, and then you go into your bowl game against the University of Georgia and get absolutely embarrassed and curb stomped and beat by 60. Seriously? This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing. This Bush League behavior from all these teams. And the coaches, I'm glad the last two, they kind of tried to break it up and get it over with. But this is the problem with college football now, because these kids are being paid millions of dollars to perform, and some of them can't, and they're cracking under pressure. And we're forgetting that they're kids still. They're young adults. They're teenagers, some of them. You got some kids in college playing football at 17. And we're expecting them to be professional and act like adults when they still a child. They're still in the child's mind. And all this aggression, emotion, testosterone build up, and you just got your butt whooped on your home field, and your rival is planting their flag. You should have did all this when you had the 60 minutes of football time to protect your home. And you didn't do that. Ohio State, you didn't do that. University of North Carolina, you didn't do that. Florida State University, you didn't do that. You got beat. And you're mad. Just undisciplined. Completely undisciplined. And I know Buckeye fans are going to try to spin this however they want. If some of them do see it, this is Bush League behavior. And this says a lot about the culture that's in y'all building and everything else. Because this was the best roster. Y'all have one of the most talented and the most expensive rosters in college football. And you couldn't beat a team who basically don't have a quarterback. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What y'all think about this behavior? Is it Bush League? Is it childish? Is it whining? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Until next time, Coach Nation, let's keep it coaching.